Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Matt Tolson. This is my 2019 Jeep Wrangler JL 2-door Rubicon. Today, I'm going to be going over the top 5 biggest differences between a Jeep JK, which were built from 2007 to 2018, and Jeep JL, which is built from 2018 to current. Obviously, they have the Gladiators, which are built off the same platform, just in the truck form. So, what I figured I would do, since I haven't got the lift kit yet, shout out to Rebel Off-Road. They're the ones who I bought the coilover kit from. It takes about 6 weeks to get shipped, so we're sitting at about 3 weeks from when I ordered it. So it should be here relatively soon, and then we'll start doing install videos, more off-roading, more adventures, more of that cool stuff. But until further notice, since we're on lockdown, since the coronavirus, that's currently what is happening right now. It is like March 18th, the day I'm filming this, so the whole country's on lockdown, can't really do anything. So I figured I'd go up to the top of my parking garage and film a little difference video. So without further ado, we're gonna hop actually to the very rear of the vehicle and go over the taillights. As you can see, if you're familiar with the Jeep JKs or JLs, this is a different housing. The JKs have a more boxy look and the whole housing is red. As you can see, this is stock. If you're looking for some aftermarket taillights, I highly suggest you check out BC Off-Roading. That's probably where I'm gonna get mine. They're just a smoked out gray look, so they look a lot cooler and a little bit cleaner. You don't get this red. I think for the pair, it's about $250, or no. For the pair, I think it's about $170, but I'll leave a little thing that says the exact price. But the link will be in the bio. I highly recommend you check it out. They also sell a fogged out third brake light. But getting back to the taillights, as you can see, it's an LED taillight. It's a very clean, sleek look. It's actually bigger. It stands out more than the old ones. But if you ever see a JK or a JL driving down the road, this is definitely one of the things you can do to notice if it's a JL. And I'll throw this out right now. There are tons of differences. I'm just gonna go over the top 5 that I notice the most every day. It helps me differentiate a JK and JL. So we're gonna hop over back actually to the front. Since the taillight's pretty basic, we're gonna hop into the front and then work our way into the interior. Working our way down the body line of the Jeep, you're gonna notice a little indent here in the quarter panel. This is something new that Jeep decided to do. It adds a little bit more character to the body itself, and I think it enhances the front end a little bit more. As you can see, the Rubicon hood has a nice beefy hood. This is something they've been doing for years, but what they decided to do is add this nice little, I would say, indentation into the quarter panel, and then add this little fake vent, which is actually a part of the fender. And that actually brings us to our next topic. But one thing on the JKs is what they don't have is the quarter panel is just totally smooth. Didn't have this little vent here, and it doesn't have this little dent. So that's another way you can kind of tell whether it's a JK or JL. But working our way to the fender, the LEDs, there's actually lights up here. They plug in right up under here. They're super easy to remove. I've never done it, but I've watched videos, so I assume it's easy. But there's the daylight running lights are in the fender here. Then you got the fog lights obviously down here, but this is something new that Jeep decided to do. And I think it's a cool feature. Unfortunately, I'm going to be removing them. I'm getting ready to order some the Nemesis fenders, so I'll leave a link to all the stuff I ordered, getting ready to order, all that good stuff. But I'm going 37s, and so you can make them work with this fender, but the smaller, I also want to go metal. One thing these Jeep fenders do that are the plastic black ones is they tend to fade quite a bit. So I'm just going to get the Nemesis ones that are I think about half the size. Look a lot cooler. Can fit 37s, 40s, all that good stuff. And you can paint them. So that's another big thing. So quickly go back over it. Indentation in the quarter panel enhances the front end of it. And then also lights in the fenders. Obviously aftermarket fenders may or may not have those lights. But if it's stock, you're going to get these lights here. I don't have the LEDs. These are the halos, or not halos, halogens. These are the halogens, and but with the light package, you get the LEDs. But I didn't get the light package. So let's work our way to the main difference, which is the interior. So hopping in here to the front of the vehicle, this is obviously the main difference of the JLs, is the new interior. The updated dash, center console, all the way to the back. Even the seats are a little bit different, minor changes. But if you haven't seen my other video, I did a first thoughts video. That's a really good video where I go more in depth into each package. Obviously it's the Rubicon, but you can get the cold weather group or not. You can get the non-tech package, which basically doesn't get you a smaller screen if you get the Rubicon. Sahara 4-doors come with the 7.4, and then the sports come with no screen, or a little screen, and then just like the little tachometers and stuff. But I'm gonna basically go over kind of what's new about this, and basically one, the dash is super vertical. That's something that you see a lot of Jeeps. Obviously you still have your windows right here, but just everything is new about it. There's not a single, even the, one thing I don't really like are these window things. They kind of are hard to, you like miss them a little bit, but that'll be in my 5,000 mile review video, which is coming soon. I've already put 3,200 miles on it, and I've had it for over 2 months now, so I'm having a ton of fun driving it. But what I was gonna say about this is just everything is cleaner. I could go into each detail on what's new about it. Obviously I've done some B-roll of it, but it's just cleaner. Everything about it is cleaner. If you're looking at getting a Jeep, I highly recommend, if it's in your budget, to look at the Jeep. I don't recommend the sports. I think a sport isn't a very good option. If you can afford to do the Rubicon, I definitely recommend it. You get so much for your money in the long run, especially too. Rubicons hold their value way better than sports. And you just get so much more with the Rubicon package. If you can't get the tech package, don't sweat it. The 7.4 screen is great. It's still big. It still works. And then you also could, what I've seen is get the 8.4 inch screen, or the 8-inch screen aftermarket. All you got to do is go to the dealership and have them reprogram it, but you can install that yourself. So you could basically get a Rubicon without it. So, but obviously they don't make the Sahara in a 2-door, so that would be you kind of run short there. So keep that in mind. Obviously you get the red dash. I have seen Rubicons without this red dash. I think if you buy their green color, I forget what it's called, you get like either a tan dash or a silver dash. Don't quote me on that, but I have seen that, so it's a little different. I personally like the Rubicon red. This is actually the color I'm going to be painting my suspension parts. So here, that's kind of enough with the interior. There's so much new to it, but there's too much to talk about, but there's really too much to talk about in just a difference video. So if you want me to do a full in-depth review, which I'm going to be doing at 5,000 miles, which is coming up here soon, make sure to stay tuned for that. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on my notifications so you're up to date when I release a video. But enough of the interior. Let's hop to another main difference of the Jeep, which is under the hood. One of the main differences about the Jeep JLs is the option to get a 2-liter 4-cylinder turboed engine. This engine has 268 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque, compared to the 3.6 liter, which has 285 horsepower but only 260 pound-feet of torque. So quite a big difference. This engine is a $1,000 option when speccing out the Jeep. Like I said in previous videos, I bought the Jeep straight off the lot, so I didn't have any choice. But so far driving this thing, it is extremely torquey. You definitely notice that extra torque, but in the top end you do lose a little bit of power. But even on the freeways, going 65 to try and overpass somebody, it has plenty of speed and horsepower. So far I'm loving the engine. It is a little jumpy at low speeds. I'd have to say it has to do with the transmission more so than the engine itself. It sometimes has a hard time finding a gear it wants to sit in, but that 8-speed transmission does help. Like when you're going onto the freeway, it gets you to where you need to be. But without further ado, that is going to conclude the end of this video. Hopefully my lift gets here soon so I can start doing install videos and off-roading videos, which I truly like doing, more so than just these difference videos. But nonetheless, this is still fun to make. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.